Hello. Hello everyone. So, right, this is going to blow your mind a little bit, okay? So you have to bear with us. So if you're struggling with weight loss, muscle gain, toning, clothes not fitting, not physically feeling right, not mentally feeling right, and just out of tilt, now just bear with us, listen, and this is going to massively help you. It's going to blow your mind a little bit, but then right at the end, I'm going to kind of like bring it right back to grassroots, and it's just going to hopefully blow some of the fog away for you. Now, when you're 25, your body's quite anabolic. It's coming to the end of its anabolicnism as such, okay, if that's even a word, anabolicnism. So anabolic is when the body's functioning really, really well, and catabolic is when it is not, or it's in a state of stress and stuff. Okay, most people's kind of like pretty good at 25. Not everyone's, but most people's are. So that's cool. You're getting away with a hell of a lot of stuff. You can drink, you can eat what you want, you do a little bit of nutrition, a little bit of training, and you can pretty much get a good physique and feel good inside. So 5 years pass, about 30 years old now. This little red light comes on. A little bit of weight coming on, haven't changed much, haven't changed your lifestyle much, okay, you're just still doing the same old thing, same job and things. Okay, so, right, I have to go back on my health kick. So you go back on the health kick, you clean things up a little bit, you know, you do a bit of training, you get it back. It's really easy to achieve, okay? Then life, kids, work, whatever gets in the way, so you push that to one side. That was super easy to achieve. I'll leave that alone, I can get back when I want it. Another 5 years pass, okay? I 35 or a little bit more. Same thing happens again, this time it's a little bit worse, putting on more weight, feeling uncomfortable, tired all the time, okay, someone's telling you look tired, you feel tired and stuff, okay, why? My age is creeping up on me, I better go back on a health kick, so you go back on a health kick, okay, this time it's a little bit harder to achieve and to sustain, so you respect it a bit more, okay, life, kids, work, all tries to get in the way, you battle between the two and you work with the two for a while and the same, really bad happens, I'll get it back when I want it, okay, I can get it back, I know I've been getting it back all my life, I'll leave it alone for a minute, I'll get it back when I'm ready. So you leave it alone another 5 years plus pass, 40 plus, this time this red light comes on, you're laying in bed thinking about getting up, doing something in the morning, but you haven't got the energy to do it, okay, you mentally don't feel great, everything's conflicting, everything's annoying, okay, so I'll go back on my health kick, I'll finally do it. So you go back on your health kick, clean up nutrition, do a bit of training, what happens? Generally nothing, okay? Most people put it down to age, okay, but it's not. What you've been doing is you've been bashing your body for over 25 plus years, okay, and it's had enough, right? You just don't know how or why you've been doing it because you've been taught certain rules about certain macronutrients, what to eat and how to do this, and you can do that because you can be able to treat yourself and things, which is fine, all in moderation, but not all the time, okay? So, let me just enlighten you a little bit how easy it is to put on weight, okay, especially when you've been getting away with something for 25 years and you think you're going to continue to be able to get away with it for the rest of your life, okay. Well, put it this way, if I was in the room with you now and I was rude enough to you for 5 minutes, you'd probably just get up and walk out or even punch me or something, I don't know, okay. That's in 5 minutes. The body's been asking you for 25 years to do these little certain rules that you've been ignoring, all right. So we have a 9:15 training session at ABC, okay. So we have other session times as well, but I'm just going to pick on this one, right. So when we train, okay, we push our central nervous system and our peripheral nervous system and our cortisol levels. Right, now, cortisol is a stress hormone in the body, right, and it will release when you're in a state of fright and flight and stuff. Okay, residual activating system goes, nice, and you go a bit mad. So adrenal gland goes mad, so does cortisol. Okay, now cortisol is the main reason why we lose weight, how we lose weight, and the main reason why we don't. So if we don't control it, cells shut down, okay, and it can't absorb nutrients. Okay, if we don't manipulate it, our thermogenic system, which is our body's ability to break down fat cells and utilise them, goes flat as well. Anyway, we train. Straight after you have a protein shake, yeah, okay, quick little insulin spike, I'll talk about that in a minute. And the body started a repair process. Also, I wait about 3 hours. Okay, I wait about 3 hours. I get to lunch. I have mackerel, some new potatoes, yuck. Okay, but I want mackerel, new potatoes, and I have some vegetables. Now, most people say it's a healthy meal, and it is not an unhealthy meal, it's a good healthy meal. But for weight gain and weight loss as such, it's not good, okay? And also for muscle building purposes, it's not that great. If you have this in terms of what I've just talked about after a training session, now let me clean this up a tad. Now most people are like 35 plus are like insulin resistant or insulin deficient. So insulin resistance is when your cells can't absorb nutrients, and insulin deficiency is when your pancreas can't release enough insulin. You've been eating carbs in the wrong place, wrong fats, no protein and stuff. So let's go back to what I was just talking about. Okay, so when I eat carbs, whether I'm insulin deficient or not, my cortisol level, which is my stress hormone, okay, is really high. Your body will really try and give an insulin spike. The body's very, very good when it releases insulin into the body of storing stuff it doesn't require. There's a lot of fat in mackerel, good fats, okay, but there's a lot of fat in it. So what it will do is, it will look at that fat as too dense, You'll push it away, say, can't deal with you in a moment, got to lower the cortisol, the hormone, okay, stress hormone, so I'm going to absorb this. I need to deal with this at the moment. That's how easy it is to put on weight. So the best thing to have done there would have just been have a lean protein source with some new potatoes, okay? Nice complex carbs, a little bit of sugar as well, so we get a nice quick insulin spike and a slow insulin spike. So complex carbohydrates, slow insulin, sugary, fast insulin spike. Okay, so if I was to take, this might make it a little bit clearer, okay, if I was to take some chocolate cashews, nuts, and a Big Mac, most people would say the Big Mac's going to make you put on weight. I'm not saying go and eat Big Macs, what I'm saying is they would think that's going to make you put on weight. Right, but these are definitely going to, 100%. Sugar and fat put together, instant fat storage. There is no protein in the mix. Okay, protein is our main macronutrient. You've heard this 1,001 times, okay, but most people just say, no, I have my bowl of cereal for breakfast. When you eat carbohydrates on their own, okay, so oats, potatoes, rice on their own, just as carbs, it slows your metabolism, which is your body's ability to be able to break down fat and utilize it, okay, and also much about your endocrine system, which is your hormone system. It puts the brakes on it. When both of them go flat, good luck at losing weight or growing muscle. Okay, so the main thing is what we put into mix of macronutrients. And macronutrients are protein, fats and carbs. Electrolytes are things like zinc, magnesium and copper. And your vitamins and minerals are, vitamin C, D, all super important. I can't go through the whole thing in one video, it's impossible. But otherwise, yeah, so the way most people kind of like do their training is either too much, okay? So this is how we go, you must be in the middle of your training, okay? So you need to push the body hard, right? So that means pushing your cortisol levels hard, otherwise you're not progressing, okay? All the time, you must be doing that, but you must be fueling it as well. So most people train too much and don't eat enough, or they train too little and eat too much. You need to be here, okay? Because these two are actually a state of bulimia. Okay, there's all different sorts of states of bulimia in terms of like making yourself sick and stuff and starving yourself and things, but we need to be in the middle ground. So your output should be here and your input should be here. That keeps the body happy. When the body's unhappy, it will stop faster than you even started. Okay, so when you're feeling stressed out and stuff, we generally give up. It's just a human trait. When you're happy to do it. Life revolves around being happy. Think about it for a second. Okay, everything most people do, in terms of go to the pub, go out on weekends, book holidays, it revolves around being happy. It's that simple. If you can put them two together, you'll succeed in what you're doing. So going back to training, okay, if you think by going to the gym and just doing 25, 45 minutes of cardio on a bike at the same state in terms of LSD, that's long, slow duration, okay, first couple of sessions you'll probably lose a little bit of weight or whatever, okay, but after that, the body isn't progressing, okay, it's stagnated. So I'm not ambidextrous with my hands and my feet, okay, but I'm not with my hands, although the other day I did write my name with my left hand, it's quite good. So, sorry, okay, so I talk really fast as well. So if I want to write a word in my left hand, okay, say the word kettle, after a week, I've learned it. Right? I'm not progressing. It's that simple. Right? So I have to learn another word and suddenly I have to re-challenge my body. So when you're training, if you look out for the world's best workout or whatever, okay, there is no such thing. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as the world's best workout. There's no such thing as the world's best nutrition plan. I'm going to come to that in a minute. Okay, so I make sure, and we make sure, and you should make sure when you're training, push your central nervous system all the time. That's easy for me to say because I've done it all my life. And we've done it all for a long, long time in terms of helping people and stuff. Okay, if you're not sure what you're doing, that can get a little bit unnerving, and I can understand that, okay? But otherwise, try and push yourself a little bit more every time. Otherwise, you're going to stagnate. But most people go out there, go in, they're trained, they watch how many calories they're burning on something. We don't do calories, okay? It's nutrient timing, nutrient combinations. I'll come to that in a second, and how you can do it as well. Okay, let's see, they burned 300 calories on a bike. Wow, brilliant. But my recovery shake has got over 400 calories in it. I won't touch that. So what they do is they don't eat afterwards. They don't replenish the body with something fast absorbing. It needs to be fast absorbing because the blood's still in the muscle and your stomach will desire blood as well. So if you go home and eat something solid, it will go to the tummy, it won't digest, it will probably give you stomach cramps, and if anything, you might even try and bring it up. It conflicts with the working muscle still. So it needs something fast absorbing where it doesn't stress it out. Okay, but most people see that 300 calories on the bike or whatever they're doing, cardio-wise, okay, and they won't eat. What happens after that? The cortisol levels stay high, the body feels that, it goes into a stress state, it starts to slow and shut down. So does the metabolism. So you need to be fueling well and properly. Nutrient timing, nutrient combinations are key to losing weight and pushing your pancreas back into life, making you more insulin efficient and more insulin resistant. Sorry, efficient, sorry. Don't be resistant, that's for sure. Okay, so we reverse stage 2 diabetes all the time. It's quite easy to do, really, just by putting the nutrients in the right place. One of the main things you want to do when you're a bit older, because you muck your body up a little bit, okay, when you're younger you get away with these rules, but when you're older you want to move to just not mixing your fats and carbs together. Let me explain why. Okay, protein is always in the mix. Protein can be chicken, pork medallions, okay, lean mince, any protein source, okay, lean protein source. Fatty protein sources such as like mackerel or salmon, although tinned salmon seems to be lower in fat and no one really knows why. I think they squeeze a lot of fat out of it, I'm not too sure. Okay, but that always needs to be in the mix. So what's that? What else have I got to, I want to go on about that? So I'm talking to Diane. Okay, yeah, cool. So the go-kart thing. Yeah, so let's just clean up in terms of where people go wrong with the training side of things. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple of people on a go-kart, right? And I'll come back to that protein bit in a minute, okay? One person's on this go-kart here, one person's on a go-kart here. Okay, this is how we do our program. This is how we get amazing results for people. Now, both of you are going to spin off down the hill. This person's on a really steep hill. They're flying off like that. They're going down really fast. And you're over here looking, oh, that looks all right. Oh, God, look how much weight and muscle they're building. Oh, my God. All of a sudden, this person feels a little bit unstable. Okay, so their feet start to touch the ground. The wheels start to wobble. The cart turns sideways. And they flip over and they come off. And you cruise to the bottom, look around and go, oh, that wasn't too bad. Do it slowly. Do it properly. Okay, and you'll get faster and long-term results. It's that simple. Everyone wants fast fix. All fast fixes are basically a genetic part of your body, okay, a makeup of your body that they take, that it does, something your body does in terms of in its nutrition, put it in a big boat and give it to you and say, there's your answer, and put tons of advertising on top of it, and you think it's the world's best thing, okay? No. Fad diet is fad, that's why it's called fad, okay? So proper macronutrients, protein, fats and carbs, proper timings. So i.e. when I mean timing, you make sure you put the right proteins and carbs in the right place, okay, and right proteins and fats in the right place, and try not to mix your fats and carbs, as I was saying a second ago, but always put protein in the mix. So if I'm going to put a fatty protein with a carb, no. So salmon and new potatoes, don't do it at the moment. You'll get an insulin spike and unnecessary fat storage. I was saying it earlier on about fats and carbohydrates together. If you put sugary carbs there with fat, you'll definitely get fat storage. When you're younger, you'll get away with that a hell of a lot more. Okay, so most people don't know why it's so important to look aesthetically fit. Okay, aesthetically fit is looking fit as such, not pretty but fit. Now, I study a lot about evolution and primordial states, and you should do if you really want to know where you come from, not just where you come from, but your body's makeup, what it desires and what it requires. Okay, now we all come from the same genetic pool. So we all come from Africa and one continent as such. Then them continents split, we moved away, we went to different continents, different environments, we grew up in different environments, we have different upbringings, okay, we have different all sorts of stuff. So all our genes are slightly different, but you're all kind of like the same little bit there at the beginning. So you're one fine fingerprint on this universe, and not another person like you. So if you think by finding the most successful nutrition plan, okay, or the best world's workout, because that person said so, it's right, it's wrong. Okay, you have to adjust into it. Now, the way we do it with people is basically people's body will always gravitate back to what it likes. So if I've been on holiday lately, which I haven't, okay, but otherwise if I've been on holiday lately, okay, if I like that place, a couple of months later I think about going back there again. It likes to gravitate back to all the things it likes and not to things it doesn't. It will make every goddamn excuse not to go and do that again as much as it can. Okay, so saying that, what was I saying? What was I saying? I lost my train of thought with. I was saying about primordial state and stuff, wasn't I? Yeah, sorry, right, so primordial state, why is it so important? Bloody hell, talk about jump shit. Okay, so most people, when I tell them this, are quite happy to stay unfit as such, but you can't knock this out of your head after like 60 years of evolution. So the reason why it's so important to look aesthetically fit is because when we were cavemen and cave women, it was okay to be in your cave around winter time when the snow was there. We've done all our foraging, okay, we've got all our food, and we're just going to eat. We're supposed to put on weight, and that's why at Christmas and that you're not too bothered to a point, but you're always thinking in the background, I better not overdo it. Firstly, because I'm eating all my storage, although now we can just go down to Tesco and buy food. Okay, but secondly, you know you've got to get rid of all this when it comes up to summer. Okay, so it hits January. The snow's melting, well it don't snow here, but otherwise it's snow's melting, okay? So why do we get this urge? Because you have to go out and forage again. Now if you're overweight, unfit, injured, you can't look after your family, you can't look after yourself, and it's a primordial state. Wow, everyone goes, yeah, that makes sense. Well, it does make sense. You can't knock thousands of years of evolution out of your brain that fast. You can't, as I said a second ago, when I tell people that, like, I'm quite happy with that, you can't be happy with it. So if you're overweight and you're mentally stressed out, that's the red light. That's that red light I'm talking about. Okay, so it's not always about beach bikini. Okay, it's not always about looking good in a t-shirt or whatever. Okay, but it is and it isn't. In today's mind, it is. But that's where it roots. That's where it comes from. I must look better. I must be fitter. Okay, and then it comes to like attraction between two people. Okay, they look at, oh, they're pretty fit and stuff. The reason is because they know they can look after them. Okay, that's how it all kind of boils down to as such. So there's sometimes that horrible conflicting mental state you can have. So I need to treat myself, but I know I shouldn't, to a point. Moderation, I know I should be kind of like, he has that, she has this. Okay, everything's ready, available in Tesco's and wherever you shop and such. You know, on telly, everything's been bashed at you, pushed at you. Social media, there's people that are super fit, there's people that are saying, don't worry about being fit, and blah, 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 blah. Got all this stuff, all right? Just all this conflicting stuff. Clean it away, okay? You don't need it. You need to look after yourself, and number one. Okay, once you focus on yourself, you'll start to tune into yourself. So as I was saying earlier, we tune our clients into themselves. So after 2 weeks of training them about that, they start to understand what the body requires and when. So it doesn't take long. Okay, all we do is we reset stuff. And the CM systems, hormone system, okay, and your metabolism and the pancreas and stuff, all the important parts that help your body start to progress again. And you treat it right. When you treat it right, it likes it and it goes back to it. Gravitates towards it. So when it likes something, it naturally wants to go back to it. So when we clean stuff up, we know in about 2 weeks whether they want to learn, okay, whether they're inquisitive, they want to learn, that's fine. Okay, whether they just want someone wants their hand held until we just tell them what to do. We know in a couple of weeks, they just naturally get it. It doesn't take long for the body to adjust back because it's waited for so long for you to do it. Okay, for so long for you to do it, it goes, thank you. And watch what happens. You suddenly get this massively lovely feeling, and a lot of people after about 2 weeks will be training, although they're not allowed at the moment because this is we were called in just after COVID, but not allowed at the moment. They come up to us and they come and say, thank you very much, you changed my life. And all we've done is make them progress again in their training, which is what you should be doing. Push hard, push the body, okay. Learn a little bit if you want, okay, learn a little bit in terms of weight training and stuff, but just make sure you're pushing yourself. Mechanics of the body are important. Mechanics is how the body functions. Okay, you must learn things like that, okay, and also put the nutrients in the right place, right timings, and it goes snap, like that. That person just continues to progress. They never not know what to eat as such, in terms of they can pick any recipe and know that they should be having proteins and fats there, and proteins and carbs there, or they can manipulate it a little bit. So if they're having a bad weekend, they know how to manipulate it. So carb backloading, okay, that's where you eat a lot of carbs and you live from a couple of days. That's a fad thing, but we can utilize it a tad. So if someone comes in and talks to me on Monday and says, I've had a really bad weekend, loads of carbs, I say, well, in which case, your cells, muscles are full up with carbs, okay, and your liver is as well. Right, so we're going to live off of them a little bit. You're going to utilize them. You'll get insulin spikes from all the stuff we want, and we're just clever. And you think, how the hell am I supposed to learn all this? How the hell am I supposed to learn this? Right, well, it is as simple as this, okay? Do not mix your fats and carbs together in a meal on their own. Definitely do not have fats and carbs on their own. Do not have carbs on their own. Okay, that slows metabolism. So oats for breakfast, although you've been told that for years and years and years and years. Oh, you should have porridge for breakfast. Nothing wrong with porridge. One of the best carbohydrates we can eat. Okay, like when I take to people like bananas, carbs, they go, really, I thought it was protein. I have a lot of people say that. I don't know why. Otherwise, yeah, banana is potassium and protein and loads of other vitamins and minerals as well. Okay, so protein should always be in the mix. When you're lost and not sure, you go protein and fat. The only time you don't eat fat at the moment, unless you're in a keto diet state, ketosis state, which is where you eat protein and fats, and even still we're careful with it, okay, is around your workouts. Before and after, 2 hour window before, 2 hour window afterwards. If you train late at night, we can break that rule a little bit, right? Because otherwise you get some form of insulin spike in the body and some form of fat storage. 2 fat cells that burn in the body, one with carbs present, one without, and we hit them all, and you should too. So fasted kind of cardio base or weight training base, but high intensity, okay? And the other one is where you've got nutrients in the body from what you've eaten in the day. Sounds a bit confusing maybe, but if you watch this back several times, you're going to pick up little things and start to puzzle together a tad. And once you actually put a few bits in place, because Nike got it right, unless you do it, okay, good luck. You can think about something forever. It will never ever change if you just think about it. You can kind of like manifest stuff and make it work, think about it enough to actually take action, but not think about something and let it actually happen. It won't until you step into it. And you're never going to get it right. Okay, so we ask 150% of what we train our clients. Whatever we ask, we're 150% above what they should, above their 100%. Okay, so we're 50% above their 100%. So we're always asking for 150%. Hope that makes sense. That's because if we drop down to 100%, the people we train generally go to 75, which is okay, 75, and then it goes to 50. Right, so yeah, that's all right. So we want them about 75 to 100% of what we ask, and we know they will win, because you're never ever going to get it all right. And when you do get it wrong and you're being good most of the time, the body will find used to it in terms of when you're getting it wrong, like refeeds and things. Refeeds when it takes electrolytes and stuff from food that you shouldn't kind of like generally have in your or won't have in your nutrition. Generally, it gets a refeed. So if they're good most of the time, 75%, when they're 75%, okay, and they're mucking up a little bit, they're on a winner. We generally don't tell people that, because otherwise we tell them that they think, I can muck up a lot. Right, so nutrition should be consistent. Without consistent nutrition, okay, you'll go nowhere, right? With training, it needs to be different. It needs to be challenging every time. Different session every time. Don't go pick a YouTube legs workout and do it for months on end. You'll work for about 2 or 3 sessions and it stops. The body's an amazing bit of kit. It learns so quick and easy. Okay, so what I mean by that is, when you're born, the speaker's making fun of us. When you're born, you can't hardly do a thing, okay? Then you learn to walk, talk, read, write, whatever, okay? You're learning really fast. It loves that, right? And you get about 7 years old and you're told certain things and you absorb certain things from your parents, from your grandparents, from anyone else around you, your spouses, your sister, your brother, or whatever, okay? You start to absorb what they're telling you. You should go to college, you should get a house when you're 19, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna do that, and it's all exciting. You go to college, you go to school, then you go start your life at about 18, maybe 19. You start to do the process, your body's progressing, it's happy, okay? And also you hit about that marker again, 25. Then it goes through a thing called landmarks. So you've got your job, you've done, you've settled in your career now, okay? You've got your house, maybe you think about you've got your first child if you're gonna have kids, all that stuff you're told, and then it stops. But we like that, we feel comfortable. The body doesn't want to be comfortable. You should challenge yourself every day, okay? And I don't mean by going run out front of a car, I'm talking about challenging your central nervous system in a healthy, good, fun way, okay? And we do that through the training. So landmarks, all landmarks is, and most people can agree with me here, is if I drive to Brighton for the first time, it feels like forever, and I drive back, okay? The journey's a little bit quicker. Now if I do that journey pretty much every day, or maybe twice a week or something, every time I do it, right, I'm going down to Brighton, I get to Dartford, Clackett Lane, Gatwick, Crawley, all of a sudden, I mean, Brighton, where'd that go? Okay, the week's dwindling into one, okay? Everything goes in. It's because you're not doing anything apart from the same old stuff. By challenging your body all the time, through training, okay, it's a law in life, but we utilise it in training, okay? So, through training, put the right nutrition in place, suddenly, I feel okay. And the main thing we ask people when they come into their sessions, okay, is about their nutrition. Ask them nutrition, how's it going? And we adapt it where we have to, okay, is how they're feeling. If they have sleep deprivation, we fix it. If we have, if they're tired, we fix it, okay? If they're feeling a little bit down, we fix it. Anything can be fixed, okay? You just have to know how to do it. And I can't go too deep into how to do that, but the main thing is you put your nutrition in place, put the training in place. It's gonna take one big bad chunk away of what you're struggling with, okay? It really is, okay? So protein and carbs together, protein and fats together. Get your electrolytes in, zinc, magnesium and copper. Get it from vegetables and things, okay? And your vitamins and minerals. Don't put fats around your workouts. Train hard, and you will progress. But how do I train hard if I don't know how to train hard? That's the big question. Because of the fact that hypertrophy, which is the mechanics of the body, is quite a hard thing to actually learn, okay? It really is. But your nutrition's important, super important. The training, they go hand in hand. Right, so you're trained maybe 4 hours a week, and the rest of it you're eating, sleeping, repairing, recovering. If you're going to train a little bit, okay, and not even doing nutrition, give up or source help, because otherwise you're just going to be in the same place this time 5 years down the line, further, okay, if not worse, a hell of a lot worse. In fact, if you're just going to do the same old thing or not taking action, just do it, just take action, feel the difference, just try and learn a little bit. We teach people very, very fast. We just like you're from day one, from they do the consultation, they know what to eat. They all get nutrition plans and stuff, and they get all a big package and things, and we give that to them, but we keep it simple. Simplicity wins, confusion does not. i.e. when people ask me tons of questions when they start their training, some people do, I'll answer them, okay? It's a bit of a learning curve. I say, right, be careful, because if I start answering this question to that question, this question's going to get confusing. So you give just enough, it's enough. Before you know it, you're up here and none of that was conflicting. Most people look up here, I want to learn that, I want to be there, I want to be there. Unless you do all this below, you're never going to get there. It's a process, it's a law in life. So I look at the doctor, okay, 6 years to become a doctor or something, he goes to university, he looks at the 6-year criteria and thinks, how the hell am I supposed to learn that? I can't even read some of the words. So I don't know if I'm going to do this. All of a sudden he just focuses, puts his head down, does every single day, every single time. He looks back and goes, oh, here you go, I've become a doctor. I just done it. I didn't stress about the process, I just done the process and adjusted along the way. And he didn't learn everything straight away, he had to keep learning it sometimes. He's fell down several times, but he got up and he was up here, okay? Most people want that, they want fast fix. You know, I'm stage 2 diabetes, I want to go to the doctors, I want you to give me as much pills as possible. Stage 2 diabetes is very easy to reverse. We do it all the time. Okay, I won't mention certain people's names and stuff, but we do have people come up to us after they've been tested after about 4 or 5 weeks of training and go, well, it's disappearing. Because you're treating the body right. Okay, sometimes it takes a bit longer for people's body to readjust. Most people just snap back into place after about 2 weeks. And the seeing system, hormone system, metabolism, all starts to function properly again. It's not your age, okay? It's not your age, it's not you. You just don't know some of the laws and the rules. Listen to the video I've just done, replay it back, think about it, try and imply some of it, and watch what happens, okay? Right, I'm gonna cut the video now because, how long have we been going for? Oh, not too bad. Okay, so I haven't taken too much of your time up. If you have any questions, you contact us, okay? If you're interested in coming to train with us, or even just having a chat with us and how we can enlighten you more and how we can help you more, tell you where you're going wrong with, you know, why can't I shift this? Why do I feel like this? Why do I just feel crap all the time, okay? Why does everything stress me out all the time? Why does I just feel so rubbish? Watch what I've just said, or ring us or contact us, and we're enlightening you. We show you how we sort it out. It's just treating the body right, okay? You just don't know all the rules, you don't know how to do that yet. You do a bit now, so you can imply some of that, or all of that. You might find it, wow, got it. I've just done what he said, and also my body's feeling it, I can feel that. So if I do a little bit more of that, do a little bit more of this, oh, I've got it, I understand it. I'm seeing results, I'm getting results, okay? It really is a case of just doing it. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll still be in the same place, okay? So I'm shutting up. I hope that blimmin' recorded. Okay, so you said, you press stop. Are you pressed stop? Okay, she hasn't pressed stop yet. Right, okay, well have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and that's it. There you go. Take care, people. See you later. Bye.